Hello. Map pack time. Part 2 and the final part, I think, because I want to finish the map pack level in today's video. So if you didn't see, last week, hopefully, if this is coming out on time, we started building a map pack level here. So as I'm sure you are very well aware, map packs are very memory based. And so I decided to do this for memory because, I don't know, I thought it would be fun to like make a memory based map pack level for memory. And honestly, I'm actually really happy with what we managed to get done last episode. I don't know, I'm really proud of this level so far. You know, it transitions into the mirror portal. I made a slight change here where if you're very observant, you may notice that this line is slightly thicker than that line, and that's because I added an extra block on there. And while I could of course just like plop down a block there and then go into here and click hide, that wasn't a 1.6 option. I'm building this level in 1.6, so what I did to get these invisible blocks is they're actually not invisible. I used this block here, which if we go to a non-black section, you can see it's like got a small outline there and then like all black, but because we're on a black background, you don't see the actual block itself, so you only see the outline, but the hitbox extends all the way up here. So I pretty much used that to like create an extra hitbox here just to make this a little bit more forgiving. But yeah, anyway, today we are going to be doing the next part of this. I think for this transition, I'm going to do something along the lines of this to just get you into this part. And what I want to do for the block design for this part that I think could be really, really cool is if I just go over here, we have these objects here and these objects are kind of sick. Now, what if I use one of these? Ooh, that's kind of cool. But what I was thinking is having this stick out the top like that. Yes, but maybe have it like a little bit thinner. So like the bottom bit be thinner, I mean. So like something like this, maybe half space that. That's kind of cool, yeah. And then I can also do some stuff with like some pulsing objects or maybe even like some rotating objects. Like use one of these type of things on the top of them. Oh, that looks a bit ugly actually. Have some of these going down like the back of it to create like a bit of a more interesting design. I kind of like that, yeah. How does that look in normal mode? Because those are gonna pulse, right? Sick. That looks so cool. Oh my god. Okay, yep. So there's a bit of variance with where you can land here, and I kind of want to make you go unmirrored as well, I think would work. What if for just like a little platform here, I can use these ones and then chuck underneath some of these guys? Yeah, that's kind of cool. I like that. Or maybe I could even do the clouds. I feel like the clouds might fit better. Or these! These were literally built for these platforms, but these are set to light background, right? But while the background is black, they just go straight to the player color. So I might actually save that design for later in the level. Yeah, that's a good enough transition, I think. Especially if I put something like here and then have like another spike there so you know to jump off that. And then I can put like another structure here or something. I think that kind of works, yeah. Have a gap in the structure there. A gap in the structure, but what if I make that actually look good? If I chuck you there and then chuck you there, or even just do that and then have another structure below it like so. So you just kind of fall into that structure so you can either fall or like jump further up, right? I feel like it would work better if that's just a single platform and then you fall down because it's like you fall pretty far, right? Yeah, I think that kind of works better. And then I can do the same trick with like these structures here. So you can kind of tell because that has a bigger outline, but that has a hitbox and that'll kill you if you jump up there. But maybe I'll do it down the bottom to start with. And then so you like don't fall down there, even though it looks like you do. And then there'll be like a bunch of memory stuff like that, right? Yeah, so you see that orb and you think you need to go down here to hit that orb, but no, you need to actually jump up here and then hit that. Oh my God. If I do something like this and then maybe chuck that up there so it looks like you can keep jumping up if you want, but you have to go down there. That's kind of awesome actually. I really like that, dude. I'm already really proud of how this part's coming together. I feel like this little bridge could do with some work. Maybe I can shift them to be more centered. Ooh, this is kind of cool though. I kind of like that. And then maybe what I can do instead of like doing how we had before, I can have like a double wide segment in the middle and then have this kind of just sitting in between like that type of thing. Yeah, I think that's cool. Oh my god, and then chuck a blue orb here, right? Oh no. Chuck a blue orb there that you think you need to click because it goes with like the music, like that. But you actually need to jump on there. Oh my god, dude. I need to unhalf space these. So sick of half spacing everything, bro. Oh my god. Put maybe like a spike there, but then make it so you have to jump early so that you can land in here or something. Yeah, you can make it up there, but that's kind of hard. I feel like if I made that a half spike, that would be a bit better. Yeah, like that's a lot easier to make it up there, but I want to make it so it kills you if you go up there. A chorus. Why is it still half spaced? That's a lot harder if it's not half spaced. Fine, I'll half space it, bro. Oh my. I feel like that fakes, like, I don't know, I feel like it's kind of obvious. So I'd like to do that where it's like a pad there and then a blue orb. Because I think a cool gimmick for this part is that you don't flip gravity. Anytime you like see a blue orb or something that makes you think you need to flip gravity, you don't, bro. If you flip gravity, you die. And it's not a quick death either. You're gonna fly off the edge of the screen because that's the map pack way, man. I don't make the rules. And then I'll have another one of these that has another blue pad and then an orb, so it's like a similar setup to this, but you actually have to click the orb this time. I am also wanting to add a few spikes around the place that are just floating on these structures, like so, just to kind of make it feel a little bit more solid, I guess. And then even just have, dude, that is evil. Just having ground spikes there, so if you do jump, you die. Screw it, it's a map pack level. I can do what I want, dude. I don't know if I should, though. Map pack level is map pack level. It's fine, it's fine. Not like anybody's gonna play this, right? All right, so I've just added the portal deco for this part, and I'm gonna add some orb deco as well. I don't know if I want to do that, though. That's kind of a bit boring. Maybe I'll do some, like, cogs. Cogs is in cost of goods sold, not like the, mechanical variant. I don't know what I'm saying. Don't mind me, bro. No, and that syncs to the music as well. That's horrible. That is actually horrible. That's terrible. All right, and now I think for this next part, I want to do a slightly different design. Nothing too crazily different, but something a little bit different because I want to introduce more like floating objects. Stuff like this, just kind of chilling in the air, like floating around, you know, because that was done a lot back in the day, and I feel like I haven't done that much in this level. And I want to transition out of this like neon part a little bit more. I kind of already introduced a few of those objects here, but I want to do it a lot more here, right? Maybe instead of doing crosses behind that, I can do maybe these even? Have them behind? Oh, yeah. Might have to shift them up a little bit like so. But yeah, I think that looks really cool, actually. Oh, okay. I feel like I need to at least reference the fact that Dryout used to do this. And then I think I'll just do a few of these like memory bits where it like expands up even further. Oh, yeah. And then screw it. I'll make it so you can do multiple paths. You have to go through this part at the end, but how you get there is irrelevant. You can do whatever you want to get there. You can jump like all the way up here and then just go along there. Like there's a few different paths you can take. I think that's cool, yeah. And then I can even center a few of these on, oh, I can't do it here though because that reveals the secret. I want to do this like pattern breaker type thing. I don't know if this is the right term for it, by the way, pattern breaker. I mentioned it like right at the start here as well with like this set of structures here. In my mind, what pattern breaker is like, imagine Sunset Sandstorm, right? You know how you like do the same like for like ages, but then occasionally you like do a slightly different click pattern to like break that pattern breaker, you know what I'm saying? I don't know if I'm interpreting that right, but that's just how I kind of think about it. I don't know, man. I think I might do this pattern breaker thing right at the end of this part with using blue orbs. So you got to click like one of these blue orbs and then that'll take you into like the correct path. So yeah, let's save that for over there and let's do something different like here. Having that blind orb there is evil, dude. That's so map pack-like. I love it. And of course, I forgot to do these. Chuck them like above these things here. And then I also want to continue this orb decor. Okay, well, that's most of this part done. Now I just want to do some pulses, right? So I'm just starting off with these object color pulses. The pulses it to black and then temporarily yellow. But I want to change that throughout the level. I'm just getting these in place where I want them. And then in between these pulses of lighter colors, I'm going to fade between darker colors here. Like between red and blue, because generally speaking the colors on this side of the color wheel are like darker colors than the colors on this side. Like if I do this, look at that color looks darker than that color, right? Like just naturally with our eyes, even though they're technically the same brightness, we're just changing the hue, and that's kind of like how it works, right? It's interesting. All right, so I've just added in all the pulses for this part, and let's have a look at how this looks with the black pulses. Yeah, it's not too evil because you can see like behind the structures here, and it only pulses black for a very short amount of time as well. Yeah, I kind of like that. I think that's good. All right, well, that's that part pretty much done then, which is cool. Now I want to go into this part where it kind of goes, which I'm going to go back into Big Ship for this, I think. Just smush a bunch of portals together because why not? I think this will go straight there though, so I should probably add some like, I don't know, add some ground spikes like there. And then I want to change the background color to like a vibrant green would be kind of a crazy change. But then that is like not very good looking. Maybe what I can do instead is use some of these ones because I do want to use these at this point. I need to change the object color as well though because this background is ugly. Yeah, okay, so I'm not gonna lie, transitioning out of this neon part was pretty difficult. So it took me a little bit to get right, but I ended up doing a purple background change while also making the object color completely black. So almost inverting what we had in the previous part. And then my idea for the part itself was to do more of like a free fly section. You see them all the time in RobTop levels, and so naturally they're in a bunch of really old levels as well. So I kind of wanted to try and do that here. And I tried using these platforms to create a few floating structures, but I wasn't really happy with how it turned out. It didn't really feel very map pack-like. And so what I decided to do was to actually play some map pack levels to take some inspiration. It's always a good thing to do, and I learned two main things from doing that. First of all, these blocks are awesome, and I completely forgot about them, but I need to use them. And also that I was kind of overthinking it. You see, normally when you see these parts, they're very like uniform, symmetrical block structures that are just kind of floating around the place, copy-pasted. I was trying to do some weird structuring and stuff, and it just didn't feel right because I was overcomplicating it. So I decided to make a nice square structure using these like wiggly half slabs that I used earlier in the part as well, and then chucking a rotating object in there just to finish it off. And so now it was just time to copy-paste them around the place until disaster struck. Don't you love when you're just going along, building a level, having a good time, and then you encounter a bug that completely breaks what you're doing? Yeah, for some reason, these wiggly slopes here, they don't use the object color properly. In fact, trying to change this outline color at all just wasn't working. I couldn't just change it to black because it would stay as like this weird cyan color. And that was even in normal mode. That wasn't just an editor bug. So I had to actually replace them with these ones that have no outline and then adding an outline to them, which technically wasn't in 1.6, but look, I'm just recreating the same thing anyway, so it's fine. And so after replacing all of those wiggly half slopes in the part with my new and improved design, the part was starting to come together. Okay, well, with that annoying problem out of the way, we can finally start working on some ground spikes for this part, yeah. Which for that, I kind of want to use these ground spikes. I feel like these would kind of work for this part quite well because they've got like the wavy structures, you know? And then in terms of other ground spike design, would be kind of cool to do some chains sticking up because we haven't done any chains like at all in this level pretty much, I don't think. But of course, that can't be the only detail here. So let's, I guess clouds make the most amount of sense, right? I'm not going to put too many of these because I also want to go through with the smaller cloud and add those around the place like so. And then probably, I guess, just some rotating objects. I think these ones would probably work. I'm gonna use free move, bugger it. I don't know why I usually avoid free move like the plague, bro. I'm so bad with using it, it's crazy. Okay, nice, that looks cool, yeah. All right, and then for this next part, I wanna do something a little bit different. I wanna stay with the ship, but I wanna use some of these bad boys, yeah. Why do they look a bit weird? Is that because they're set to object color, and object color is black, of course. Well, let's actually change the object color to white as you enter here, because I feel like that would look a little bit better. Now, obviously, back in the day, these had outlines, but I'm just going to chuck those down and then add outlines to them because it'll give the same effect. I can't be bothered to, like, copy-paste the original object and stuff, like, nah. And then we can also, like, pillar it up like this a little bit to create a bit of, like, an interesting effect, right? That's a lot of built up. I feel like just 2 layers might look a little bit better, and then I could do, like, bricks on the inside or something. I haven't done bricks yet somehow. Well, I probably have done bricks at some point, right? Surely. I've actually dead set not touched the brick object yet in this level. I love bricks. Bricks are like my favorite thing to build with, and yet I haven't even touched them. All right, bricks it is then. Cool, and then I can do like, I don't know, probably just some invisible spikes here. And then what I can have here sticking out of the ground spikes are a few saw blades like this, maybe even invisible ones, that are just like half sticking out, just to add a little bit of difficulty to it, right? I'll chuck some of these wavy objects over those, just like so, and then add a few more chains around the place and stuff. And maybe just do another one of these big structures up top, I feel like could be interesting, just to like, just change it up a bit. No, it's literally the same design again. And then maybe what I can do for this section is just make it like go straight from here, and then I'll do the same down the bottom. Is that too tight? Maybe. Like this type of thing. And then I can have some other structures kind of sticking in the middle of here, which I think could be cool. And then I'll have it go into like a 2 wide section where you just kind of coast along for a bit. And then maybe go into a ball part. Yeah, why not? Ball part, boom, get, yeah, there we go. What insightful commentary, dude. I'm so good at like making YouTube videos. You have no idea. Thank you for 200k, by the way. I forgot to, dude, how did I forget to mention that in the intro? Oh my days. Yeah, I was just so keen to record this video. I completely forgot that we hit 200,000 subscribers. Thank you so much. Really appreciate it. Like seriously, I really, really appreciate it. I'm really glad that you guys are like still enjoying the videos and like still supporting me and stuff. Like it means the world. It really does. So thank you. But anyway, back to building the level. I'm going to add some saw blades in the middle here that are also invisible, just to kind of make some interesting gameplay. I'll add a couple like right there, and then maybe do one that's like there. That's kind of tough, actually. That's kind of difficult. I might make that a little bit less difficult. Maybe shift these around a little bit, and then what I'm also going to do is select these inner rotating bits. Just have them around the place to add to the extra fakes, right? I think could be kind of neat, so you don't really fully know where you need to go. It serves as air deco and memory, so I think that's pretty good. It's not like super hard memory, but it's there. All right, now let me just finish off all of the ground spikes and stuff for this section. And now I want to do some background color changes. Yeah. All right, so in this first part, I pretty much just pulsed between like a purple, red, and blue type color, or type colors. And then for this part, I transitioned to like more orange and yellow and green type colors. And honestly, like adding pulses always just adds a lot more life to the parts. Like with this kind of style, it's very simple, just like literally just changing the background. Also, those fakes are so much harder with a lighter background. Holy. I was worried those fakes are like, they're obvious and like whatever, but no, they work. They work really, really well. Now, I want to go ahead and just take this, do that type of thing. So it kind of steps down as you get into the ball portal. And I also would like this side to step down at some point, but not yet. I want to have that continue on a little bit longer like that, and then it'll step down, I reckon. Okay, and then for this part, I want to get into doing some of these things a little bit more because I think these structures are like really cool. Haven't really done them this level yet, and these were done a lot back in the day, like a lot. And I might even continue using these types of structures here, but just do like 2 wide versions. So it'll be like that, and then have these go around like so, you know, like that type of thing. But then maybe introduce some bigger structures every now and then. Could be cool. So if I like take this, copy paste it, and then just copy paste this side over to there, I can do stuff like this, where I have a structure here, and then maybe a structure there. So it looks like you just fall down, but no, you have to go up and then back down. Yeah, otherwise you die. Okay, that's good. Then I kind of want to have a structure that's like a bit like this with some eyes, and then he's like that type of thing. Like, I guess this is like a club step monster, right? Yeah, this is a club step monster, it counts. And then what I can do is continue these along till like there, and then hopefully... I don't think you can survive going under there. And then just to overwhelm the player with fakes, I'll add in another fake structure like right here that you think you need to go onto, but you don't. So it's like that type of a thing. So if you go there, you'll die, yeah. And then I can add these ground spikes around the place. Maybe I'll chuck some fake spikes around the place with these as well. Actually, yeah, you know what? Instead of using these spikes, I'll use invisible spikes and then add in some fake spikes there as well. Yeah, okay, so hopefully you can kind of see how this part's starting to come together. I can definitely see it. I don't know. That was a weird way to phrase that. You get what I mean, though. It's starting to come together. All right, and I think for these, instead of doing the fake spikes, I kind of want to do some of those like pulsing stick things. You know the pulsing stick things, these guys. I also want to add a few saw blades sticking out of the ground spikes because I think that could like look pretty nice. And I don't know, maybe I can also do like these things again, sticking up from there like so. They're background blending, so they're always going to look good. Yeah, dude, that's coming together really nicely. Okay. Something else I can probably do is just like some of these floating in the sky, or maybe even just some pulsing objects floating. I don't do them enough. Let's do some pulsing diamonds just kind of floating in the sky. I think could be kind of neat, just to add more deco, you know, nothing too crazy. And then of course we've got to like build the rest of the gameplay here as well, right? I'm being very evil with this memory. I'm kind of feeling Fallen Club with this a little bit, I'm not gonna lie. Like with this, instead of clicking that last orb, you gotta like do that type of thing, yeah. Chuck another structure in to fill the space a little bit better, you know, just stuff like this to just try and make it feel, I don't know, better. And I'm pretty sure with those sticking up, they'll stick up a little bit. Okay, they stick up a lot actually. But hopefully if I just like shift them down by a couple, it's like really hard to tell, and you should be able to survive doing that as well. Let's grab this structure once again and then make it so it looks like you're gonna die if you don't click that, so you have to click it and land on there, but actually you just go through the structure. Absolutely crazy. I've lost it, bro. I've gone insane. Don't trust this man. He's completely lost it. That's me. Don't trust this man. How do I add hitboxes in here? I guess what I can do, oh my god, this is gonna be ridiculous, right? Use these brick objects that have some outlines on them to kind of create a bit of gameplay. Now these ordinarily, I'm pretty sure would have like full-sized hitboxes if these were the actual blocks, so I'm just gonna add some invisible ones here just to kind of imitate what hitboxes they would have. And then I want this to be open so you fall through here to like escape the structure before it closes up, which will happen right over here. So let's close up this structure because nobody's allowed in. It's a dangerous area, dude. Don't enter. No entering allowed. I kind of love that, actually. I think that's kind of awesome. All right, and from here, we're getting into pretty much like the final part. So I kind of want to change into cube for this. I feel like that would be, I don't know, kind of fitting for like the very, very last part. So up until this part, I want to finish decorating this, obviously. Did these exist? I feel like these existed. I don't know. I'll do like a spike. I know Rob Top did like the classic spike thing a few times. And then transitioning out, I can just do like a wall of these and then just just have these go on for like a little bit. I need some of these pulsing sticks, of course. These bits for the ground spikes. I want to add a couple of these around the place. And finally, I want to add some orb deco, of course. You really think I would forget orb deco? You know me, I never forget orb deco. I'm not an orb deco forgetter. I think what could also be cool is if I kind of alternate between like the small and big ones. So I'll do like a big one on this one. Oh, the big one's really big though. Maybe I'll just do the big ones around the portal orbs. I am also just realizing, no pulses. I suffer from no pulsitis. I cannot do pulses. I forget to change the color of the background even. You think it's a vital detail? No, not for me. I want to change it to like a dark blue maybe. I feel like I can pulse it to like more turquoise colors like this and then pulse it back to the dark blue. And then this I'm going to do the same but with a pinky and purpley color. Alright, pulses are in and let's give this part a look. That looks so much better. It's crazy how like you could just forget to do pulses. Like you wouldn't think that's a thing, but oh no, it is. It is. For this next part, I kind of want to take inspiration from Electroman Adventures a little bit and just do some designs with like these up top and then some bricks down the bottom. Like I kind of forget that you can do that in these older versions. Like you can just, I don't know, mix the blocks like that. Like they mix pretty well, I'd say. What I might do instead of one big structure is split it up into two smaller structures that you kind of fall down with, like so. Because I think that just kind of fits a little bit better, you know? And I can also do some of these structures in the air that have some spikes on them. I think they could be kind of cool to just like add around the place. Kind of almost as a saw blade. I was about to say rip-off and then I was about to say sequel. I don't think either of those are the right words. Substitute. Yeah, there we go. And then what could be cool is if I do a similar thing to what I did before with these like bigger structures that you go through the middle of, but make you mini. So it's like a little bit more obvious that you need to go in the middle of it, but it'll be hard to sight read it still, I think. Like that. And then I'll do like one of these structures along here and then something like that. So you know you have to like wait a little second every time you go through there. And then I'll put in a green portal on the exit as well. Have a blow-up pad right there. Have a bit of a fake there. I don't know. The level's like kind of wrapping up, so I don't want to be too heavy on the fakes, but they'll exist. And then it goes into a ship and you have to pick a path. Oh my god, bro. That's good. That's good. This is so evil, but I really want to do it because it'll be really funny to have like another pick a path. Why, bro? Now, I wonder if I can use these objects to make a G. I don't know if I can. Maybe like that? G, G? Oh, and then that goes behind that. Oh yeah, cool. And then I could just take this and then put like L and do 3 question marks there. And then I want to put a smiley face and I might just do that out of these. It's so cruel. It's so evil. Especially if you're like, I mean, it's a memory level. You can't sight read this, bro. If you're trying to sight read it, give up. I don't know. This last picker path is just really funny to me. Like, I feel like someone's gonna bugger it up. Someone has to, right? For these structures here, I also want to add these bits like kind of rotating around them because I think they look cool. And I think we need a couple more little details like that are like in this tab perhaps. Like, I don't know, some of these things or something. How do I use these? Or maybe I could use some of these. Yeah, I didn't think these were in this version, but they were used in Theory of Everything a bunch. So I'm gonna use them because I think they're cool. And I think it could make for some like cool little extra deco, like that type of thing. Oh, okay, yep. And then I kind of want to do like a rapidly changing fluoro like thing with the object color here. So that changes in 0.1 and then the next color, it'll like go around the color wheel, just like this type of thing. And then I'll fade the background to like a bit of a dark gray. That's a perfect way to end the level. I actually love that so much. Okay, hell yeah. All right, well, that's the end of the level, and I think that's pretty much everything I want to do for this level. Yeah, I think it's pretty much done. 1 minute and 23 seconds long. I'm going to do a quick practice run, see if there's anything I can see that I want to change. But other than that, I think we're just about done. You can do that? That's a crazy secret way. I actually kind of love that. Also, that's not a loving secret way. I don't love that secret way. Before I just fix it though, I do want to add some text to just let them know like that they shouldn't be down here, you know? You bozo, and then the bush kills you. A giant wall of bushes is below here that kills you. Yeah, okay, I like that. I could do a bit of decoration on these as well. Maybe I'll add some of these saw blades kind of going up the length of it. That's kind of a cool design actually. Oh, with the neon? That's crazy. That goes crazy. Okay, well, it's a shame it's only for a secret way, but hey, if you manage to find the secret way, you'll experience this sick design. Well, I think that's just about everything that I want to do for this level. I think I'm ready to call this done. Yeah. Dang, dude, 2 videos. That's kind of crazy that I managed to finish this in 2 videos. I think it only took about like 4 hours of building as well. Only 3 hours. Wow. Okay, yeah, that was quick. Creators back in 1.6, they had it pretty easy, man. I think I'm going to call this complete, and I'll try and think of a name while I try and verify this. Okay, I've got the name. I've thought of one. Dude, I locked in so hard right at the end there. I was like, remember everything, remember everything. Level verified, and I have just the perfect name. Darkbone X. I feel like a lot of older levels had some really goofy names that just use random words and then also added X at the end a lot of the time. And also with stuff like The Nightmare, Apocalypse Eve, you know, like, I don't know, referring to some dark themes, I guess. So, Darkbone X. Because, you know, dry out, what's dry? Dry as a bone. Bone. I think I'm just gonna do the description as that. Can you survive my bone map? Because why not, you know? Why not? Alright, I'm gonna upload this 10-star and share level. Okay, cool. Darkbone X. I'm actually genuinely proud of this level. Like, I'm actually really happy with how this turned out. And yeah, I hope you're happy with this video as well. And I hope you enjoy the series, yeah. I thought this would be a fun thing to do. And I think I managed to put a few, like, unique concepts and ideas into that level. And kind of applied what I remember and also going back through again, but what I've learnt from the map packs themselves. It's a really interesting style of deco, I'm not gonna lie, because they actually, looking back, people did do some very unique things. Like, there were definitely a lot of unique ideas executed back then, and I'm really, like, I don't know, it was really fun to try and recreate that in a way. But yeah, anyway, I think for now, I'm gonna end this video off here. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much for 200k as well. That's absolutely insane. Genuinely appreciate it so much. And thank you to the members, of course, as always. Really appreciate you so much as well. Ivdu, especially. Thank you. And yeah, thanks for watching. I'll see you later.